Hello everyone, this is Ether Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. Here we are again at the end of Ether Raids this season, and we did manage to stay in Vault. It wasn't pretty, but we did make it. Altino is pretty useless on offense this week, but at least she helped us score enough to stay in Vault. So of course this week on defense, since Duo Nina is bonus, I figured I might as well see how bad she is against some standard meta shenanigans on offense like damage reduction or actually having enough attack to just one-shot her outright. But here our opponent decides to use an untransformed Fallen Edelgard to hit Unturn. Definitely not a great play there. Straight up one round KO from Legendary Sigurd, so this isn't going to end well, of course. But we're not going to get any other of their units there. Goodness, but it's enough for them to surrender. On offense this week, we played pretty darn poorly. It's a couple of matches where we ended up stacking a ton of units. Kind of because one of the matches I was like, what happened? For some reason I like to try this once every now and then when the map seems relatively difficult. What happens if I just casually decide to hit enter, or
I will see it done.
Hit and turn with my brain, I should say, and not look at any of the opponent's unit skills and try to still win the match with our usual restrictions. And well, spoiler alert, that doesn't go too well.
This is my punishment.
I also know daily damage counts, which honestly hurt way more than, because there was this one match where I had my legendary Crom 1-round KO of Brave Edelgard, but he wasn't able to one-shot her because, again, no daily damage calcs. I didn't give him an attack tactic field buff from Racing, so he missed the one-shot, so he was at 1 HP. And so that resulted in him being unable to tank a particular unit, I believe, who ended up taking him out. And things went south from there because there was also Brave Seliph on that team with Not, so we had to continuously keep stacking units, but at least we didn't completely lose the match. That's basically the only saving grace there. Not too great of a showing on that match. I think there was a couple other matches where we sacked at least one unit as well. In our second to last match, we just sacked the unit to be nice for the heck of it. I decided to do a hit and run where their Ophelia would end up taking out my Plumeria in their controlled setting.
There is nothing to fear.
Because I was just easily able to wipe out the rest of the team afterwards, but there was another match as well. It's usually with this team, hit and run going poorly, essentially, because there's not really much we can do with our Astra offense. And because we can't do anything with our Astra offense besides hit and run, pretty much, there's a lot of times where we will run into scenarios like this season where we just have no options to win Deathless without doing something silly. We definitely got hard carried by Bolt Tower some matches, but that's Astra season in a nutshell when Bolt Tower's catapulting. But here, our opponent decides to hit N-turn like so, and you can probably already tell Ascended Theon is not really car saving all of your units. Giving car saving, I should say. But Howling her doing her job, absolutely obliterating Legendary Sigurd, not a surprise. But Unfortunately for them, Duo Nina can just snipe down Elamine and just leave. They don't have Kanto control on their offense team here, so they can just casually leave. And that's where they end up surrendering. I think the only other notable thing to mention on offense this week was the fact I kept damage calculating, can Altina tank this unit? And even on bonus stats, a lot of the time the answer is no, because not because she can't tank the hits, but because she can't kill. So she gets attacked again, and that's pretty much a death sentence for her because her bulk's not that high. Other than that, she did smite bot a couple of times. I ended up in one match, the one match where I sacked an area, I ended up breaking the don't activate traps challenge because otherwise there really wasn't a way for me to win deathless anyways. I was like, might as well. Kind of surprised. Fallen Edelgard wasn't able to kill there, but they basically just had their traps on this map in a line like this, and so the only way I could initiate was from this tile into, I believe it was Theros? No, it was their Dancer Mirabilis, and of course they had fire safe support that I could nuke. Problem is, I could send a few arm out of the prom, but then how the heck do I get him out? Because he wasn't going to be surviving an AoE affiliate duel with Theros and other units. Yeah, that was never going to end well. We ended up breaking the challenge for that, but again, those challenges are purely designed to make Three's offense experience that much more difficult.
Face your mortality.
Because people can really screw you over with their trap placement for sure. No doubt about that one. Let's see what they do here. Okay, take out the dancer, that's fine. The dancer can post some time. Wow. Dragon not able to one-shot Mirable. Feels bad, man. Yeah, Reagan in this day and age, her problem is she cannot pick up kills and survive counters. Mine gets frequently one-shot a lot. Granted, mine is only +2, but that's generally more merges than the average player. Here, unfortunately, Duma misses the mean vantage kill, but what you gonna do about it? HP inflation OP. Not to mention weapon, again, not active. I'm not sure about the decision here to have Fallen Edelgard try to tank Duo Nino and debuffs go down. Her specialty is basically single attack damage. If you can get 2 attacks in, she's doing quite a bit of damage, but again, without lethality up, she has no extra damage reduction other than doing more damage foreheads. Which is not great. As you can see here, for example, Duo Nina against Theros here is going to miss the one-shots. She doesn't have lethality up, so we're gonna go again. It's interesting.
Watch your flanks.
But I guess it works. I personally would have kept. I'm not sure what they're doing here.
What a letdown.
That's just oh right. No. For a second there, I don't know. I got confused which Duo Nino is which. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what they were planning there, but that's just a free kill for a Duo Nino. And the Kanto is a big meme. And here we are with good old shenanigans. Nukes plus far save. Near save. Well, I've not seen too many Kiels, but she definitely can be a pretty darn solid save unit, especially against stuff like lethality because she debuffs attack during combat as long as she meets the proc conditions, of course, which is pretty important.
There is nothing to fear.
Allows you to do a lot of things. On top of this, just
This'll
surviving
do it.
lethalities, because of course, most of lethality's damage is based off of your attack stat. So, unfortunately here, TL no longer has miracle support from Mir, so that's just going to be your absolutely rigged one-shots. Not even close. But to be fair, Harmonized Roy would also be attacking, so even if you survive, this probably wouldn't have been hittable anyways. But here, Altina does get the miracle support here, but of course she's not going to be able to take out Zeros. So that's just going to be an absolute overkill ice burst. Zeros,
But how?
only 99 damage, feels bad. And so they end up surrendering. I've been definitely contemplating on what I want to do for the future of our Astra Season shenanigans. Because of course for Light Season, we pretty much have our staple team. It's just memes all the way through. Astra Season, for us, we don't really have anything in particular. It's more about what legendary seasons is it, and so which legendary hero should we use as our carry if applicable. Which is not a great, consistent offense strategy.
I wish you luck.
I don't know what we want to do about it going forward, but here they're going to start doing their Gale Force shenanigans here. Easy kill for Thor. There's damage reduction. Not helping us here, but not a big deal. But here they're gonna decide to basically leave. Apparently their Gale Force is not strong enough. And they just leave like this. I don't know about you, this does not seem like a great plan. You've just charged up Legendary Sarah's Glimmer. Sure, she doesn't have attack speed push 4 up, but yeah,
For the world
awkward.
I dreamt of.
I'm not sure what this plan
Turn yet place.
rigged one shot. And well, of course, Harmonized Roy just gonna block it too. Summer Edelgard, not a surprise. It would be kind of sad if we lost that matchup. All I know for our Astra offense is that we're gonna have Superior on it. We already have our plus 10. Probably a good idea, but yeah. Our problem right now in Astra Season is we want too many things on our offense team. One thing I use a lot on my offense team is Healer, typically Spray Veronica. Reason being is, of course,
Withdraw your
helps
blade.
out against units that can counterattack her. She can help chip down units. She also gives her buff support in Fleet Scowl, which is definitely useful. But at the end of the day, it's definitely pretty awkward, to say the least, for our offense team. Since when we don't run a healer, then we have to be more conservative with how aggressive we are. Because we can't just go hit and run, nuke a unit, but we have to take a counter and now we're at low HP. If that same unit has to go do the same thing against another unit, we don't have that option, so it's definitely a weird thing to deal with. I guess technically we could go for an end turn strategy, like we go for plus 10 Elamine, and we go plonking around. I don't know how I feel about that, because of some of the defenses I see. Grabbing the ether structure seems like a nightmare. But I guess that's not too big of a concern. It's more about tanking all the enemy units. And in this day and age, it's definitely non-trivial. Somehow still. It's still definitely easily feasible to tank everything, but there's getting more and more units that have more resources available to control people who try to just hit and turn. I don't know how I feel about it.
There is
Unfortunately,
nothing to
they're
fear.
Brave Crown, unable to pick up the one shot, but what are you gonna do about it? Just going in for a nice gale force, pretty solid. Of course, they did go in on the assumption that... I guess there was no assumptions because X-Trap would not proc. Do I have... Wait, I'm pretty sure X-Trap got a level up and I may or may not have upgraded it to the next level. Probably go check that later. But yeah, just solidly executed Gale Force. Solid stats. Ready for prom. There we go. Again, I design our defenses in such a way where generally I allow Gale Force revival because somehow to this day, not a lot of people, not that many people use Gale Force. It's more of the higher up you go, the more Gale Force is super common, but in the lower tiers, a lot of people just hit N-turn because, well, it's simpler. Maybe I should meme and try to engineer an Astra offense team where all it does is Gale Force. I feel like that's just gonna end poorly. Because, for example, say we lose our Bolt Tower, column 3, and they have a hyper tanky near safe unit that can hyper nuke if you don't pick up the kill. I just feel like that's not gonna happen. I don't know about you. Probably not gonna happen. Looks like they're just gonna hit and run here, perfectly fine. Question is, what are they gonna do this turn? Because of course now our units are going to aggro. I am guessing our Edelgard couldn't pick up a kill, otherwise they probably would have gone in. But we're just having AI memes go down, so nothing really happens here, as expected.
Don't get caught.
But here again, Duo Nina against damage reduction. Not a great look. Alright, up against Dumo with Glimmer. That will better pick up the kill, yeah. Alright. Now they're gonna hit the panic on Legendary Sigurd. Is that relevant? I guess it might be.
I'll study your technique.
I don't know. Well, there's a kill there, and
I wish you luck.
another kill. Probably just going to run. Yep. And that's it. We're not going to be able to really do much at this point. At least we got Healing Tower back, so have some HP back on Legendary Azura. Doesn't matter, but if she somehow survived that attack, she would have actually threatened the kill, so that's pretty funny. At this point, Mirror Bliss is just going to be walking around, doing absolutely nothing. And there we go.
Silently.
Clean win because their hit and run worked well. They definitely picked the right units to hit and run off of. If you pick the wrong ones, then you do get chased down by one of our calves. And here we go with a hyper nuke team. Also totally viable against our team here. Their safe defense is safe, so I do imagine they will probably go for some shenanigans. Turn 1, or not. Unless they're playing conservative, which is fine. Dumo's upheaval. Alright, they're gonna go in here. And that better pick up the kill. I mean, it should. Because you're gonna proc Moonbow here, and that's going to probably be barely enough. Which is unfortunate. Exactly, well, yeah. Figured as much. Totally not rigged in any way whatsoever, but yeah. Legendary Sigurd with HP inflation. Incredibly hard to kill. Very smart bait. Again, Legendary Azura there. Because now there's not really much our team's going to actually do here. sense of the way the order our units move in. We're just gonna get some memery going on. So I can just keep going for hidden ones, and that'll be perfectly fine. Yeah, that's the thing about running Duma on this team, is he really drags down dances. So that's just something we have to be careful about. And here, Saros can't reach, and while Duo Nina's just chilling in the back. Problem is, she has drawback as her assist, so she's not going to move first before Mirabilis, which is really bad in instances like this. If she was moving first, our opponent would have much more trouble here, but also they just leave Duma alive. So if she didn't have an assist there, we would definitely pick up a kill, but of course that's not the case, so that's a rip for us. Should probably try running out drawback, just to see how that goes. Because her entire purpose is basically chase down.
Think of the plan.
And most of the time she can't even pick up kills unless the enemy doesn't counter or kill. She was barely surviving with bonus stats this season. Not unexpected, because we had a similar experience in Summoner duels. At the end of the day, I'm going to clean up here.
Be careful.
And finally finish the match here on turn 6. And let's see here, this is some real old school stuff. You know what I find quite strange too, I forgot to mention? A couple of these matches, folks have been using Elamine against Saros. There's literally, she doesn't have anything that procs at the start of turn. I don't know what they're doing. They could, you know, they could use it against Legendary Sigurd, use it against Duma, maybe later against Harmonized Roy if they don't want to give us field buffs, but no, they use it on column 4. I'm not entirely sure why. Elamine does not work against Catapult, let's put it that way. I'm also not sure about this matchup. Itsuki versus Duo Nina sounds suspicious already, because he's going to miss the kill, that's the main thing. And now she just canches back and gets danced again, and now she's hitting even harder. Now that debuffs are online, yeah, that's not great. And now she's in Wings of Mercy range, so Legendary Azura can come in. And now Harmonized Roy can even reposition her back. Dang, yeah, that's not a good look. She has lethality up now, which is almost a death sentence guaranteed for all of their units here. Maybe Brave Ike could survive because of low attack speed, but well, and he has bonus doubler as well, but I'll leave it as an exercise for the viewer to determine if there's a kill here. And with that, somehow, somewhere, we did surprisingly well this season, given our team was kind of a meme. It was only at the end of the season here we ended up losing Lift, but not a big deal. Outside top 3K, but again, don't really care too much about rankings. Once we actually get a tryhard framework, aka we get 2 more plus 10 extra mythics, then we can start thinking about full tryharding ether raids. In giant quotes, of course, because we're going to be memeing the whole time. Nino in late season. I have no idea who in Astra season yet. Pretty hard to say who could meme well in Astra season like Nino memes during late season. But here in Arena, 3,880 is pretty close. Chances are it's going to stay, because of course it requires a 766 to actually score more than this. I can score higher, I'm just deciding to live on the edge for no reason. The real reason is because some people wanted scouting for 3,880. So I did end up getting a 766 during this run, but then I took a 762 to actually make sure I didn't get 3,882. So we can certainly rerun if we want to. It's not difficult. It's literally Nino with Legendary Azura. We're just absolutely obliterating most units with Nino. And then any unit that Nino can't take out, either Doom or Crom can. So it's pretty straightforward. Did we show Allegiance battles? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. We're slowly dropping in ranks, which is not great to see, but can't really do much about it. It's still going to be in top 1k for quite a while, but of course as scoring goes up and up and up, that's going to change. But I think that's it. We just have the usual stuff going on. So we'll be back when the results drop in.